Started.
Ready? Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have a roll call, please.
Draper,
Here.
Cargill,
Here.
Dykstra,
Here.
Belinda.
Here. Okay, so minutes of last meeting. Any questions on that? Almost that this minute. We have a
Court.
second.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wasn't here, so.
Okay, yeah.
My mind was elsewhere, I guess.
So all in favor, say aye.
I,
All opposed, say no. Okay, the agenda, consideration of the agenda for approval.
mine is,
We have a motion to accept it or anything that you're looking at? I'm good with it, so looking to accept it.
I'll support it.
Okay. Got that? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 give me that second one.
All opposed, say no.
Sorry,
That's,
I must have given mine away. Yeah, thank you.
okay. We have some correspondence.
Yes. We have one from the library, saying we missed the library, please pay the library. Basically.
Short and sweet.
Very speak up. And another one, we've had multiple ones for concerning the short-term rental fee, for the permit. There's lots and lots of people complaining about it going up. And then we have, the next one is concerning the Community Foundation grant notification that the Jeep Invasion has put towards the digital sign for the for posting events for out at the park. And they gave 22,500 from all the grant.
All right. Thank you. How about treasurer's report?
Alrighty. In capital savings, we have $85,592.30. And the general fund, we have $143,476.23. In the road fund, we have $180,740. In the Silver Lake construction account, we have $344.24. And the tax fund, we have $492,531.13. And in TNA, we have $18,321.01. I did send out a check yesterday for the 16,000 some odd dollars that is the insurance check that we held for Gooch's insurance. Send us that money to hold until they cleaned up their fire mess, and they did. So I sent them out the check yesterday. I will be transferring the road fund and capital fund, a bunch of monies into my class, so they don't make anything in the checking. So, and in Michigan class, we have $521,108.53 in the general, $57,327.58 in the road, $421,179.07 in the capital fund, $14,615.67 in the Silver Lake corridor trail, and in the park fund we have $2,216.82, and that 2,500 that we got from the chief invasion will be going into this art fund, so it can earn interest till we get it spent. Cemetery has 64,560.85. And the fire has 9,974.81. So,
Any questions on that? Okay, pay the bills.
we got the, bill from Tanner's for fixing our drains in the roof and the ceilings.
And that came in $2,000 less than what I had estimated.
Yeah,
Yep, for the roof.
yep, that was good, so. Other than that, I don't see anything.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, we're gonna
Yeah,
roll
roll.
call. I'm
Yep.
sorry. Yes.
Dykstra,
Yes,
Linda,
Yes.
Cargill,
Yes.
yes, Draper.
Yes. Okay, reports. For the supervisor report, I only have one thing this time really, and Friday I'd gotten a call that the big oak tree in the Deer Road Cemetery fell, parts of it did, and it looks pretty hollow. And we got a bid from Custom Tree Service to clean it up for $3,500. I don't know if any of you guys got out there to look at it at all.
Bill sent us.
Yeah.
I was almost both cemeteries, they really need work done both cemeteries.
Yeah.
And it really needs more work than just that one tree also, there's more that needs to be done.
Yeah,
But
well, I think we should get more than one bid too.
that's fine.
Okay.
We do have the one in the near cemetery. I don't know if it hit the stone or not, but it's, yeah, right close to it, it's like if it didn't hit it, just missed. So we hope that it didn't damage them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if any of the stones got damaged. From that big
Deer Road.
tree, there's some big limbs that come down. So,
we probably should take time out to look at what needs to be done and then also get another.
bid, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know any others to call?
Really is.
There's a Perez and I don't
Yeah,
know
we
who
used
all.
them before.
Alec
Yeah.
does it also.
Oh, do they?
Yep.
Street.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Well, we can.
Okay, we'll get you.
Yeah.
Zoning,
I have two zoning permits for 2026. And currently we have 7 short-term rental permits that we've issued the permits and received monies. We do have some in the portal that we're just waiting for confirmation of those. Planning commission members, Jake Buckley and Chad Coker, they would like to continue for another term, so we just need to reappoint them, for another term to continue on with the commission.
How long's the term?
3 years. 3 years.
So is that a motion, Shelley, or?
You can't make.
You can't make
yeah,
motion.
one of us would have.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we renew Chad and
Jake.
Jake's
I'll
tenure.
support.
Okay, you supported?
Yes,
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. All right, fire.
Fire, we've had more fire calls this year than medical calls, believe it or not. And they've been active. Last year we finished over 500 calls. It's a very active year. To remind you, we're now doing medical 1 and medical 2 calls, so the medical calls will probably increase. So other than that, nothing to report.
Okay.
landing.
Planning Commission.
Okay, I gave you all a copy of the draft minutes and highlighted a couple things. First, the solar ordinance, number 14C was approved by the planning committee and sent to the board for review and approval. And I don't know if Ed's had time to review that.
No, it'll be reviewed for the next meeting, and just so you got the technical side of this right. The planning commission makes a recommendation to the board. The board can adopt, can reject, or can modify.
And then,
Okay. And you haven't, you said you need some more time, is that what you just said?
Next meeting.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay, and if anybody has any questions about it, let me know.
Okay.
I'd be glad to. And then the Oceana County Historical Society, they had come to us, but that was tabled because the petitioner wasn't available. And then there was a site plan review for Accurate Automotive for addition of a 50 by 84 structure, which was approved. And then there was a site plan review for Craig's Cruisers. And they wanted to create a new ride. And the new ride is actually, this is the first time this company's done this, but it will be a dune buggy instead of like a pirate ship, and it swings back and forth. So then that will be right next door to the ride that drops, the newest ride that they put in. So that was approved. And then let's see, what else did we have? And then discussion of Accurate Automotive, the owner wanted to do auto sales, and it was our discussion. He's already allowed to do that. So that was it. Any questions?
No, thank you. Roads. I don't think there's a whole lot to say right now. They're plowing. Do you have?
yeah, they're
anything?
plowing. No, we have not gotten anything back on,
Yeah, we haven't heard from them.
no, so. Yep,
Okay, assessor report.
okay, general, the CPI, which is the rate of inflation, increased for 2026, and it's been determined to be 2.7%. I've been entering PREs, PTAs, and reviewing deeds as they come in. I've also worked on entering all the splits we have completed for the 26th assessment roll. I received the final 2026 appraisal and sales report from the county, and I'm now working on to equalize the 2026 assessment roll. I was out of the office from January 2nd and to the 5th this month, as I accompanied my son to Arizona to participate in a soccer tournament with the Michigan Olympic Development Program boys team. They went undefeated and won the championship. Yay, Aiden. Michigan Tax Tribunal, we have one case pending in small claims. There's no reports from the State Tax Commission. The Board of Review, the December Board of Review had no petitions, so they didn't have to meet. And the Oceana County MTA chapter will be holding a Board of Review training course on February 3rd from 1 to 4, and we'll have at least 2 members, I think it's 3 now, attending the training here, and it's here. We always have it here every year. So.
Okay, thank you. Unfinished business.
Maybe. Did you get a copy? Yes. Okay. Sorry.
That's okay. Unfinished business enforcement. So we've had some meetings with the sheriff's office. They've given us a draft on possibly teaming with us to give us a deputy dedicated to our township. You got, we're there. Well,
It's a discussion of a year-round officer to patrol the township, to have a full-time deputy for the summer, and then we also receive monies from the state, the DNR, to help police with the bills and stuff. That money is totally separate, so this bid is for a full-time. One of the biggest complaints about law enforcement in our area is it's predictable. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe Monday. This would be on rotations, so we don't have that predictability of when a sheriff is here, we would have coverage. It's an expensive thought process, but we're looking at splitting this, a shared part of this with Benona. They've got issues down at the part roundabout, the over part. You were gonna talk to Benona,
and I did,
so they're kind of invested. But there's startup expenses in this stack. We're gonna have to talk to them about this. It has us paying the whole $14,400 just to start up. But they indicated they pay it there, if you give another pay it there, we pay it there, that number would come down. Our car is old that we bought them. It's 17. I think they're gonna put that up for auction. And we would be leasing them a new vehicle for patrol out here. So the proposed amount is at the beginning, $130,466 for a yearly cost that we have to look into. The enforcement on this is to handle the complaints of the rentals. That's what it's leading to. The rental fees will pay for this officer, is what it's been earmarked, along with the administration, to do the enforcement. So there's always a complaint that the neighbor's too loud, the parking's horrible or something, and garbage. And then you call the sheriff's department and they eventually get to it. It's down or something's been moved and we don't get to it in a timely manner. We would have somebody in our township to answer the call immediately for a quicker response. So at this time, I would like to look at this. This needs to go to Ed. We have some questions to answer on this.
Right.
We have questions
Yeah.
with Benona. We need to
Table it till next.
table this but if we can get our attorney to look at this and get a meeting with Sheriff's Department in the next week or two, I would suggest
Let me jump in on that if I could. We're gonna wanna nail down Benona
Right,
before I jump in on this.
Yeah.
And
Because that's gonna affect the structure of the contract.
correct,
Mhm.
but I would like to have, if we can nail down Benona, have a meeting with the sheriffs, answer some more questions on this. And give our attorney some time. I would indicate maybe even an emergency meeting to talk about this before our February, because they have to hire somebody, train somebody, and get that taken care of. Now, there is money there if they post it in-house. There's Waymaster money, there's what else was there?
Snowmobile
money.
money.
If they're certified, the person, they have to post it in-house first. If they want to take this can be reduced a little bit with that money, but if they're not certified in that, we can't use that money.
Yeah.
So we would be then giving the township officer for enforcement, renting them to do Waymaster stuff. But that's questions we've got to figure out.
Right.
That's down the line.
Well, and the contract said it started May 1st, so
Correct.
granted, they have to know early to hire somebody or whatever they're gonna, personnel wise, but. Yeah, but I think we just need to get with Benona and Ed and,
Yes,
And then-
we've got more work to do on this, but
Right.
this is the draft of worst case scenario.
right, yeah.
So.
Yep. So.
Any other questions on this or this point? Okay. Library.
Library was a fun meeting last night. We sent them a counter offer for $25,000 per year for the next 3 years. And offer to pay for January, February, March of this year. That number would equate to, for the course of 3 years, of $81,249 if we would have paid that. They're done. They're fed up with the back and forth. They don't want to do this anymore. They're giving us this last offer. This is it. I promised them if we don't take this, I'm not coming back with a counter because we're done too.
Yep.
They're still on a millage. But for the next 3 years, here's where we're at. $25,000 for this year. $27,500 for the
27, 28.
28. $30,000 for 28 to 31. They wanted us to pay for January. I said no, because the month's half over.
Right.
We would start this in February, so there would be another $4,170 to a total of $86,670. Difference of $5,421 difference of what we proposed to them last month and asked them we would pay. So it's an increase of $5,000, 421.
Let me just speak to that real quick. That is a prorated portion until the beginning of a
April.
fiscal
April
year.
1st.
Correct.
Our fiscal
And
year,
then,
yeah.
so then the next fiscal year is the 25,
Correct.
and then the following fiscal year is the 27.
Correct.
Right, yep,
And the following fiscal year is the
30.
30.
Got it, okay.
All of this ending March 31st of 2029.
29.
Correct.
And at that point,
We start over.
you're back,
Whatever.
yeah, you're back in ground zero.
Well, and the idea is that we would put it on the ballot
We,
and
it's not asking us. to
they're
put it
not
on the ballot.
adding, but that's why they ended there.
Correct. They want us to put it on the ballot. They really want no less than 0.3 mils to the taxpayer, but they prefer 2 mils to the taxpayer. And
Yeah.
if we gave them 2 mils to the taxpayer, we could have one person sit on their board of library board.
Yeah. And how many do they have on the board?
I believe 5.
Mm.
So
But if we got 2 mills, we could open our own library.
Absolutely.
absolutely. do.
And build a building.
Yes, right.
Build a building into our own library.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't even use 2 mills for fire.
I guess,
That idea.
Bill, you've really done some nice work on
Yeah.
this. I appreciate it. And, I think that I would like to see us move forward, get this behind us, and then start to talk about what we're going to do in 3 years. And whether we put it on the ballot, whether we look at, starting something ourselves. And, I think there's options there. So I'd like to make a proposal that we accept this proposal from them.
As submitted.
So that there is no, the resolution you've got right now does not say anything about when this ends. It doesn't say your resolution is not saying anything about ballot, no ballot.
March 31st of 2029.
All-
If-
all-
You're just going up to
Yep.
that point.
Yep.
What
We're
they've sent us.
So,
They also want our penal fines. That's also part of this.
correct.
Yes.
But I think that's a given.
That's a given. We can't.
Yeah.
Right now, it's in a separate.
It's in an escrow
It's
account.
an escrow account, and that's
Yeah.
about a little over $7,000.
Yeah, that should have paid for this year.
Yeah.
This.
There we go.
But we're not dumping 25 to 35 to 45 to end at 65.
Right.
And we're
Right.
not having to then charge 0.3 mils at
Yes.
this point.
No,
So I will support your motion to enter an agreement to the Hart Area Public Library to reinstate services February 1st.
February 1st, and then we pay him the prorated 41.70.
70.
Correct.
And then we'd pay the 25 on, or before April 1st.
Yeah, but by April 1st, yeah. Okay, we got a motion and a second.
Yeah.
We have a roll call.
Roll call. Dykstra,
Yes,
Linda,
Yes.
Cargill,
Yes,
Heiting, yes, and Draper.
Yes.
yes.
That's done.
Just 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Unfinished business, number 3, dredging of Hunter Creek. So. We've kind of been tossing this around. This is something quite new for most of us. And, kind of going into this with baby steps so that we can see exactly what it's really about.
So with this, we've got a lot of letters of support for dredging and a little bit of negative, very little. But I'd like to do a little research and get a broad perspective of what this dredging project's going to entail. And with that, I'm wondering if we could pass a resolution to have Ed talk to the attorney of the people proposing this about maybe getting, I don't know what you call it, but
I think it'd be like an independent report that comes up with answers the questions, whatever they are, that you have.
correct.
Yes.
And then I would like to see some earnest money or something from them, if you can talk to them.
To pay
So
for
that
it.
it doesn't cost the township money on this. How do we do that? I'd like to see $10,000 put into an account to start this project to answer those questions.
I'll get a hold of them.
Do we need a
I have,
motion to do that?
I have something
No.
else to throw out here. In talking with Alec, they were a little surprised that these homeowners didn't approach Halleck, in doing this. Apparently Halleck has experience. They have, done this in other townships, and would be very interested in looking at it. In addition, Halleck could potentially even bond it, versus the township bonding it. And which would mean that we really wouldn't have to be involved at all.
Yes.
So, I guess, Rob, conversation between you and, who's ever heading up this would be prudent to
Yeah, to,
Yeah, have them look into it.
have a look
okay.
at that.
Do we have a, not tonight, obviously. I'll get with you soon, okay? And then, we'll see if we can't maybe tie them right up with Halleck and see how that goes. Is this something that we want to?
That's down the road a little bit here.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, do we want to continue with what Bill was
Let
talking
me have a
about?
conversation and then we'll go from there.
Okay,
yeah,
all right, that's
And
down.
we'll loop back around. I mean, there's no big mistakes are made by rushing through.
Right.
yes,
right.
absolutely.
I would just like to take some time and figure it all out
Yeah.
and like you do some
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
Yep.
We gotta put a list together of questions that we would have,
Yes,
that we would need them to respond to.
Yeah, this is a little bit, what I'm doing is a little bit
But-
different. I mean, that's a direct communication with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
What you're talking about is to get a hold of their attorney regarding an escrow, regarding a professional report that gets nails down particulars of this a little bit better. That's independent.
Mhm.
That's basically.
But maybe they wanna talk to Alex
But the
first
question,
and would leave us out altogether. We wouldn't have to do all that.
and maybe, and all of that is separate
Right.
from what we got going right here.
Okay, I'd still like him to start the process in case something goes sideways, we don't have to start over. Let's get the ball rolling.
Yeah,
On these questions.
well, I think the first thing is to find out they're up there,
Yeah,
and then we start going down the road.
Yep. Okay, do we need to vote on that?
No,
Okay.
not so far.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll just see what you say from there and,
Yeah.
okay. All right, thank you. Channel number 4 on unfinished business is channel park drain maintenance. That was done today and finished. So that is, the pipe, the culvert and stuff kind of came apart and they went in and fixed it.
I will look.
It looks great. It's all buried. You can't see the pipe. The culvert was broken. They put a new culvert in, set it down lower and moved it up against the dune. So it's not sitting out in the middle of the park. They did a
So
nice
it
job.
shouldn't blow bare again, hopefully.
Good.
Shouldn't.
No
That's the
guarantees.
plan, right?
There.
Yeah, for sure.
That was Hallie that did that.
Yes.
And we haven't received a bill or anything yet, so. We'll see how that goes.
Hopefully it's in budget.
Yeah,
We had a up to amount.
Correct.
Before.
Yeah.
yeah, I believe it's 1,000, so we'll see. Okay, that it on that? Okay, new business, set cleanup day.
Okay, so last year when we did cleanup day, we spent a lot less money by having people go out to the transfer station. We spent about $1,601 instead of 5,000 plus.
Yeah.
When we had the doctors here. And I don't know if anyone took advantage of it here or not, but it was a lot less work for us.
I did.
Did
Worked
you?
fine.
Yeah.
Worked
that's
great.
good. Yeah, so, so I'm looking at contacting them again and see if, I asked them last time if we could have a longer period of time, but they told me no. So I don't know if I can get a longer period of time this year or not. They did close down, like their dumpsters would fill up and they'd close their gates. And we still would have people come. It's like, come on, you guys, we're coming from a long distance, you know, we really don't wanna get our stuff there and then have to turn around. Sorry, we're full, you know, so they were supposed to change the dumpsters out quite regularly, but even so, they ended up shutting down early a few days that we were on, so. Hoping to get a longer period, so there's not as much coming in at one time.
And
So
there's a new company running it now, so
Yeah.
it should be that.
And
Is,
they,
is there an option to call there before you would drive out to find out, okay, you know,
Grateful.
they
Are you
gave a
full?
phone number and
be a good question to ask.
yeah,
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 so I can,
ask them if it's.
I can tell you the answer on that. They're gonna be like, it's empty today, right now,
Yeah.
but we don't know 5 minutes from
Yeah.
now.
Right.
but if we could get 2 weeks, that would really be
yeah,
nice.
and they
What
refused to do
weekends?
that last week.
What,
It's normally we had it the third weekend
so.
in May, so we'll have it sometime in May again.
So you can go
if
like the
possible.
15th, 16th.
Well, actually, it was 3 days, it was like,
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
yes,
Yeah.
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, one week, and it was right.
So that'd be the 12th, 14th, 16th.
Well, I don't know the exact dates, cause he had, was that last year? That's last year's date,
That'd be this year, if it was this third week.
yeah, well, I'm not sure if he gave me the exact third week, but anyways, we will get it figured out and we'll let you guys know.
Poverty exemption.
Yeah, Barbie gave me the poverty exemption and it's the same situation that we had the last few years. It did get changed a couple years ago, but this is just the regular amount that the size per family, the income has gone up a little bit, but, it's the same thing. We just need to approve it so that if anybody needs to use it, they can.
I'll motion to approve.
Support.
I think that needs a roll call, you know, spending money, so,
No.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Set budget hearing for March 10th at 6:15. So is that gonna work for everybody? 15 minutes before our
That's what
meeting
we-
starts,
What we've been doing for the last several years.
yeah.
Yeah. Need a motion on that, or we just say, yes, we're gonna do that?
So when you guys, Connie, we have to have a motion, Connie?
You know, a good thing to do when you're in doubt about the role.
Just make a motion.
Make a motion.
Yeah.
Do it.
I mean, it
Same
does-
thing with the role.
Okay.
When you're in doubt, just do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The motion, we do the March 10th, 6:15.
I'll support.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. MTA annual conference.
Yeah. The annual conference this year is in Traverse City and it's April 20th through the 23rd. It's not, it's like last year, if you want to get the housing that you want, you gotta get in your, you gotta register for the conference first. So that you have a number to give the housing people when you call for the housing, so. Yeah, I just, you know, you can also get classes from the conference via.
Are you saying online?
Online, yeah, yeah, so.
Right in Lansing this year?
No,
Traverse.
Traverse City.
It is Traverse.
Grand Traverse
Okay.
Resort. It'll be there the next 3 or 4 years.
I'm interested in going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and number 5, EST earned sick time, which is a Michigan law now, and, I don't know much about what.
Well,
talk about.
You have to. Everybody has to give certain employees sick time, paid sick time. But the only one of ours that would qualify, according to MTA, is Shelley. I would like to give our 2 deputies. The maximum you can give is 40 hours, but I would like to give our 2 deputies. They have scheduled hours, they, you know, so if they're sick on the day that they're scheduled. They would get paid for their 6-hour day.
So it'd be the 3, Shelley.
This would be Shelley and
Brenda
the 2
and-
girls,
Okay.
So they get 5 days of sick, well,
40 hours,
40
yeah,
hours.
5 days. Well, no, because with us, it's a 6-hour day, so
right.
it'd be more than that, but.
Up to 40 hours.
Yeah,
what it
right,
is.
up to 40 hours. And I just think, you know, because. That way we don't have to keep track of it either,
You
so
don't have to carry it over.
we have to carry it, it does not carry over, it's not something they can accumulate or anything, it's just,
Sure about that?
yeah,
That's what the paper.
yep, that's what the paper said.
If you put it up front, you don't have to carry it over.
There's
Right.
2 ways of doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does have to carry over, but.
Otherwise, you collect it and it's for every 30 hours, they get an hour.
Yeah.
Well, that's a
Yeah.
pain to figure out, so we give them their 40 hours and.
Okay.
So I would like to make that motion.
I'll second it.
That would be a roll call
Cargill,
Yes,
yes. Belinda,
Yes.
great, Dykstra
Yes.
and Draper.
vote. Yes. Okay. So now we move on
you don't
to,
have. you don't
yeah,
have
it
on here.
doesn't say it
No,
on
no.
here, I guess we are gonna have public comment.
Says it right here.
That's
Oh,
what says
yours
public
has a
comment.
Oh, yeah, it does down at the bottom, I'm
So,
sorry, it was stuck way
Public
down.
comment, please, for, I see you, Mr. Hartman. For 3 minutes, up to 3 minutes, please come up to the blue line and
Address the board.
speak to the board only, please.
Okay.
Well, I want to clear up some misconception, I think, about the ordinances. The enforcement officer, everybody keeps saying that it's for short-term rental. The way I looked online today, I see there's 55 ordinances in the township website. So those 55 could share the cost, I would think, of this enforcement officer also. Besides that, I've heard that, seeing as how you are the money lady, word is that you have $1 million sitting in an account without interest somewhere.
I do.
I'm only telling you what I'm hearing. I've heard this from several people now, so anyways, I'm saying this, and if that is the truth, then I would say that our enforcement officer could be paid for real easy. But we probably have 2 or 3.
Okay, you come and see me after the meeting. Okay,
Pardon me?
I said you come and see me after the meeting.
Let's try to keep it serious.
Yeah.
Some of that money too could be used to trim the roadsides that the county can't ever seem to do. Because on Bashan Street, which if somebody here's pretty close to there, there's a tree hanging right over a road that a car can't even get under. That's been there all week long. That one needs to be there also. So I think also number 52 in your ordinances is short-term rental, and that it says single family only. So that's something else that needs to be enforced. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
no, that's
That's
fine.
okay.
Sure, okay.
You can
Take
go
turns.
first.
Hi, my name is Josh Johnson and I have a small cottage here, and it's been a pleasure to have it. I grew up in Fremont. My dad and mom buried in Silver Lake, and it was just a childhood memory. So having a chance to buy something here was amazing. The short-term rental fee is crazy. We've been paying $150 or $200 for years, and then to have it go up 5-fold without really an explanation. I didn't understand until I came here tonight why it was for. I want to tell you about what I do pay. I pay really high property taxes here, much more than my bigger home in Grand Rapids. I don't use any of the resources that those property taxes are for. I don't send kids to the schools here. I don't use the fire. I don't use the library. I pay state taxes, the rental fee tax. I pay extra federal taxes. All these things get put back in the community. My renters come and they spend a lot of money here. They get buy souvenirs. They go on dune rides. They go to your restaurants. Because we are a business, keep our rental spick and span. We don't have any cars in the front yard. We don't have any broken down branches because we have to keep it spick and span. It's a business, okay? So we are a net positive to this community. And this is a community of renters. It's a vacation community. What don't I get? I don't get any representation. Because I don't live here, I don't get to vote. So my taxes, I don't really get, any representation for that. All I can hope is that you guys will give me good governance. So what is good governance? I asked ChatGPT on my way up here tonight. Okay, it's a couple things. It's transparency. I wish you guys would have rolled this out a little better, explain why there was a 5-fold increase. With some stats, how many people are actually getting called. I vet all my renters. They're there for a week, so I don't get any college kids who are partying. I get the same people who come in every single year. They are really good. I know all my neighbors, and we've never had a call once. So I'm curious about the numbers where this comes from. This should be fair and inclusive. If you're going to tax us, you should be taxing every licensing person here. The people who mow lawns, the people who drive plows, whatever. I think that if you're going to tax everybody, it should come from all sources. And good governance also lets people like me influence your opinion. So I ask you as the board, think about this. If somebody came and increased one of your fees or taxes 5-fold, what would you think? I mean, there's got to be a better way to institute some accountability, right? For people like me who have been paying this fee every year and registering and doing the sump checks or like the septic, thank you. We are playing by the game. We're playing by the rules, okay? The people who I've heard don't register, maybe go after them. I've got a little pool in my neighborhood and the people who pay every single year get the same fee and new people who come in or people who break the rules have to pay a higher fee. How about instituting the $200 again thing? And anybody who gets an officer called to them, they pay a fine or they have to pay a higher fee.
Yeah,
Like there's gotta be.
seconds.
Okay, that's just about it. Thank you for your time. It's a pleasure to speak to you and thank you for listening.
Okay, Mr. Waddle?
Good evening, Supervisor and board members. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I want to begin by acknowledging the concerns this board has raised about ORV safety, community character, and the possibility of community backlash as it pertains to the possible amendment of ordinance number 54, the prohibition on retail cannabis. Those concerns are real, and I want you to know that I'm not here to argue against them or minimize them in any way. I share them. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jacob Waddle. I and my family own the Silver Hills Campground over between Hazel and West Taylor Road. Our family has lived and worked here for generations, going back to when Ludington area was just a logging camp. Through my family's construction company, I've personally worked on various road and infrastructure projects in this township. While managing the Silver Hills Campground, I helped oversee the permitting and construction of the park's expansion. That's when I last appeared before this board. Going through that process showed me how seriously the board treats safety, long-term impacts, and community expectations. It showed me how much responsibility comes with asking the township to consider something new. The dunes of the state park, the tourism economy, the family-oriented character of this community are not abstract ideas to me. There's a reason my family's businesses are here. Now, I want to be very clear about what I'm not asking tonight. I'm not asking the board to endorse retail cannabis. I'm not asking the board to defend retail cannabis. And I'm not asking the board to resolve complex public safety questions this evening. I understand that this is a sensitive issue. I understand political pressure and scrutiny that comes with even discussing this. What I am asking is whether the township is open to a measured, structured conversation about local control. Right now, cannabis is already being purchased in nearby communities, being brought into this community and on the dunes. That's simply the reality we're operating in. The question before the township isn't whether cannabis exists, it's whether Golden Township has any ability to set rules, expectations, safeguards, and accountability around something that is already present, or whether all those decisions are left up to communities. I know impaired off-road vehicle operation is a serious concern. Any impairment, whether it's from alcohol, drugs, or anything else, on the dunes is dangerous. That concern is exactly why I believe a carefully limited, locally regulated approach is at least worth discussing. Local control creates tools, education, signage coordination with enforcement, and clear standards that simply don't exist under blanket prohibition. I also recognize that there are studies and experiences from other jurisdictions that people interpret differently. That's precisely why I believe these questions deserve a structured, agenda-based discussion rather than being debated or oversimplified during public comment. If the board ever chose to explore this topic, I believe it could be done narrowly and cautiously, with strict limits on location, licensing, operations, and ongoing review in a way that prioritizes safety and preserves the character of the community. Most importantly, any framework the board might ever even consider could be designed with clear review points and the ability for the township to revisit or reverse course if it isn't meeting community expectations. Again, I'm not asking the board to make that decision tonight. I'm only asking whether it would be reasonable to schedule a work session regarding regulatory preparedness, a designated time where we can walk through the safety maps and state tools without the pressure of a decision and decide what questions would need to be answered before the board could even ever consider a limited controlled amendment. If the board ultimately decides that even this discussion isn't appropriate, we'll respect that decision. I appreciate the responsibility each of you carries and the care you take in protecting this community. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Hi, my name is Grace Westfall. The gentleman behind me also has STR as I do too. But we own our property we live on. We purchased it. We own the STR. We clean our own building. We work on our own site. We pay the taxes, insurance. We're not asking for assistance. I was told at the very beginning that the reason for the increase was administrative fees. Well, Upper Silver Lake and this is coming from the web. Google, and excuse me if it's wrong. They're saying Upper Silver Lake has at least 332 cottages. That's 33,000 for the first $100. Last year it was raised to 200, that's 66,000. Now at $1,000, that's 332,000. Administrative cost can't not be that high. If it is, something's being done wrong. Then we were told they're only trying to catch up to the other townships. The 3 I've contacted are nowhere near $1,000 a year. The highest one is $1,000 over a 3-year period. I can understand that. I'm not asking for help. I just want to make some money off what I already own without being felt like I've been cheated again. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Hello, hi guys. I'm Kim Shear and I'm with Hunters Creek. I know I've met and talked with a couple of you. I wanted to say thank you very much, very much for looking into it, taking it seriously. There's a lot of people that I'm sure you've heard of from that have spent many hours, lots of money looking into this, trying to get it fixed, many years looking into this. So thank you very much. I look forward to talking to you more about Halleck. I have been in contact with them. It's been a little bit of time, but look forward to talking to you more about that. And also look forward to Kyle and Ed getting together and getting some questions answered. If any of you have any questions, I believe I reached out an email, so please feel free to contact me. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Hi, my name's Chicago Obama. My husband Daniel and I own a cottage over on the Juniper Beach Association. I think it's one of our neighbors. I just would like to second everything this gentleman so eloquently said. I had a whole speech written, but he pretty much hit every one of my points. So I just feel like the fee increase is it feels the administrative costs, I understand they need to be covered. The steep hike feels disproportionate and punitive, especially when applied broadly to all short-term rentals. Like this gentleman said, we work really hard to keep our place nice. We vet our people. We're just trying to cover our costs on something that we already own. We pay high taxes. We don't have representation. I understand that your job is to preserve and conserve your community. I understand that it might be frustrating living in a vacation town where people come to have a good time. But there's a reason this town is able to shut down for 6 months out of the year and still be able to have businesses that run and are monetized. And the reason that people come here is because it's beautiful, because of the lake, because of the natural beauty of the township. And it just feels very much like the board is trying to handicap people from coming here. It feels like the people of this community are trying to pull the ladder up behind them so that nobody else can come in and make memories and have a life and enjoy the beauty of this place. We've complied with all regulations of the township. We pay our taxes. We make sure our property is, like you said, well kept, maintained. We hire everything out. We use the local people to mow, the local people for trash, the local people. So it just feels very disheartening that you just raise the fee by 500% without even considering that some people are law abiding and respect all of the rules. It's an expensive business to be in. I think you guys think we just rake in cash, but it's actually quite expensive. And it's not fair for you to determine that $1,000 is affordable for us because we just make so much money. I've been in contact with many people. There's, as I looked last, 246 comments on one Silver Lake Sand Dunes page. So there's a lot of people who are fired up about this, but just wanted to bring my concerns forward, and I appreciate your service. I'm thankful for all of you, and I understand your position, but if you would just reciprocate that and understand our position, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
My name is Maida. My husband Phil and I own a cottage on Hunter's Creek for the last 20 years. 20 years ago, our boys could jump into the creek and hit a sandy bottom, and we could see fish and see turtles. That's not the case anymore. Hunter's Creek is a public channel that is becoming increasingly unsafe and unusable due to the severe sediment and muck built up. The water has become dark and opaque, creating a false sense of depth. The muck beneath is deep and unstable, and boats are regularly striking it. And this is not just an inconvenience, it is a public safety concern. When propellers hit the muck, the sediment is churned up and releases a strong and unpleasant odor. The stench is not incidental, it is a sign of decomposing organic material and ongoing environmental degradation. Navigation through the channel is becoming increasingly difficult, especially for visitors. Anyone unfamiliar with the area, this creates a hidden hazard and could easily result in damage, injury, in an emergency situation. My husband once jumped from a sea-doo to retrieve something that fell off our sea-doo, and he was stuck in the muck, could not get back into the sea-doo. Thankfully, my father-in-law saw him from our property, got into another sea-doo, and went there to help him get out of the channel. We're not asking the township to create a new solution or take on unnecessary risk. The state of Michigan has already provided a lawful and structured mechanism for addressing exactly this type of issue through Public Act 188. That process allows the proper assessment, permitting, and oversight while protecting the township and the environment. Individual property owners like myself cannot legally and effectively resolve this issue on our own. Without the township involvement, the problem will continue to worsen. We are respectfully asking the township to initiate the process under Public Act 188 to address the sediment built up in Hunter's Creek. This is about public safety, environmental stewardship, and preserving access to a shared public resource. Thank you very much for your consideration and for your responsible action.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Yeah, I spoke last month, and the month before that, on dredging of Hunter's Creek, and I thank you for taking those next steps. I appreciate that. I appreciate your willingness to look into it. I just wanted to express that. I do have a concern about not going through the township. We don't have the means to assess. Only the township has the legal authority to do that. So, I mean, we're certainly willing to look into that and explore that option as well, but I did want to express my thanks to you guys for looking into getting those questions answered. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Have a good night. Thank you for coming.